A rotating storm, tornado. We're trying to get some confirmation, and there has been significant damage.
There has been, Greg, and our Melanie Holt is there in Cocoa Beach right now with a look at all the damage. Mel.
I can show you better than I can tell you. We're just off of A1A here in Cocoa Beach, and this building right behind me here, well, this was the Supercuts. I don't want you to walk too far, Lauren. I'm talking to my photographer, Lauren Bray, because there's a lot of debris in this area, but you can see the walls of this building gone. And Lauren, if you would come with me, please. We're just going to walk this way, Lauren. We're just going to walk around this building, if you can bear with me, to show you the extent of the damage here that we found. I also talked to two gentlemen that were actually in a pub in this shopping plaza, and they tell me they really didn't hear anything, but they saw the doors at the pub kind of vibrating in and out and decided to get away from windows, get away from the doors. And when they finally came out, and this all happened in the last 30 to 45 minutes, this is what they saw. And this is not the only building that we found damaged in this area. Lauren, let's just go around the corner here. I'm going to tell you, this is in very close proximity to the Brevard County Bureau. We're probably, I can see that building from here as well. If you look up the street here, and be careful of these branches, and be careful here, Lauren. There's a line down here, and here. Let's turn over to the traffic signals here. You can see the damage in this area. And we're right at Banana River Boulevard and A1A here. If you can point in the distance there, straight ahead is the Wells Fargo. And I can tell you from at least this vantage point, there doesn't appear to be a roof there. Extensive roof damage to the Wells Fargo. And we see all sorts of aluminum siding here in the parking lot that apparently came from just across the street here.
That's over on the traffic light.
That is, and I think I see the police officer. They're checking probably for these lines in this area as well. I'm going to stop walking for the minute, but we don't know what exactly caused this activity. But I've got to tell you, Lauren, is that okay? If I'm just going to point out the corner of this building right here, the medical group there, you can see where it looks like something possibly hit the corner of this building. Right there on that corner. So you can see all of the emergency responders in this area right now here in Cocoa Beach. We still don't know what caused this particular damage, but obviously it is extensive.
Hey, Mel,
I'm going to just toss it back to you there.
Yeah,
yes.
Keep your camera on. We're going to have Tom Terry come in because he and David Heckard were actually tracking this cell, and he wants to comment, so leave the video rolling there. Tom.
Yeah, let's see those pictures, Mel. Great shots from your photographer.
Yeah, we got the tornado warning. There wasn't anything real obvious at first, but then we spotted it as it developed just before it came on shore, and we were tracking it coming into Cocoa. And I actually have this on WEX 3. If you want to maybe pull this up a little bit, you'll be able to see the actual rotating storm come right in where that red area is. And that was, Melanie, that we saw this come through right near South Banana River Boulevard. It was clear as day. That was earlier today. That was 5:50, 5:55, and then it started to break up. But it came in from the Atlantic and probably had winds of 100 miles an hour.
Well, looking at all the damage here, and you know, I obviously I can't go down the street here. You see all those emergency vehicles. You see utility companies. There are actually some folks that probably live not far from here standing outside surveying this damage as well. But I've got to tell you, we took that tornado warning seriously, just stopped, didn't move anywhere, and still we're concerned about it. But obviously you see that that concern was well placed. I'm looking at a lot of damage here, and I really don't know if this is the extent of it at this point.
I mean, it looked like that. The metal and the roof just peeled off, Tom.
Yeah, those are, you know, these are not the strongest structures over there along the coast, right? The metal tin roof, but easily 80, 100-mile-an-hour winds will be doing that. If there were no roof, then we're kind of talking over 120, 130. This is probably in the 100 to 110 miles an hour. It's kind of embedded in that whole 50-mile-an-hour wind gust that we saw. But thankfully, it's just that one isolated area. That was a really small window that we were able to track for you live on TV.
Mel, go ahead and continue with your coverage there and tell us more what you see. And then I know you want to talk to some of the eyewitnesses. So just an amazing job by you and your photographer, Lauren Bray.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. I've got to tell you that we did talk to two people who were in that pub probably in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and they tell me their cars were damaged as well. But when you see all this debris out here, obviously something struck those cars. So now they're looking at that damage. They walked away a few minutes ago.
Mel, did they say how quickly
this...
Did they say how quickly, Mel, this just popped up, and then how long did it last? I know you all are doing an excellent job bringing these pictures to us. You're really telling the story for us, but how fast did this happen?
They tell me they saw what looked like regular rain, then torrential rain, and then those doors started moving, and they thought, well, this hurricane is not passing over us yet. This looks pretty wild.
Wow.
And actually, one of them was going to leave the bar, and his friend told him, I don't think you should be leaving right now. I think you should come on back in. And he did. And that gentleman, he told me that the front of his car, his bumper, is crumpled. So it's fortunate that he took his friend's advice there. I want to show you something else. This is State Road A1A, Banana River Boulevard, and you see that gray building, that high-rise right there? That is the Cape Royal. That's where our bureau is. That is where the Brevard County Bureau is. So right in the center of all this. I don't know if there's any damage over there, obviously, because I'm not going over there at this point. As I said, there were power lines down just on the way over here. So this is definitely an area that I'm going to be leaving very soon, just because it's going to be dark soon.
And your safety comes
first. And you don't want to be
first.
traveling in an area. Absolutely.
That's what
so
knocked out
we
our
are not
camera.
going to be staying much longer, but I did want to make sure that you got a look at what happened just a short time ago in Cocoa Beach.
And Mel, I believe our tower cam is right there at that bureau. Is that accurate?
We had a tower cam up on this building. I don't believe that tower cam is still located there.
Yeah, because we lost our
Cocoa. But I don't believe.
We can't find it.
Yeah.
We can't